Third posse racing Mr. Murphy, a length and a half then to Viking Dancer. On the inside of Clonmel, then Natural Blitz racing with his mouth open. 2 to Bellows, Senor Darius. A couple County Tyrone on the outside of National Treasure. 2.5 to Bow and Spurt on the outer. And as they string out Henderson Bay's last. Down the back, 1100 in front of them, and Feed the Meter leads the way from Mr. Murphy, from Leather Lane, with Mr. Murphy tracking Leather Lane. Inside Mr. Murphy and just shading him now as they pass the 1,000 Viking Dancer from Clonmel. And then Natural Blitz, a couple of lengths to Aries. On its inside is Bellows Senor. A length further back, and the run comes County Tyrone, National Treasure, spurred on Bow, and Henderson Bay is the tail ender. On the side, 700 to go. Feed the Meter from Leather Lane. Viking Dancer and Mr. Murphy racing together, followed by Clonmel. A length and a half to Bellows Senor and Aries, and then Natural Bliss, followed a length further back by County Tyrone. National Treasure's over on the rail, 3 behind her. Spurred on Bow and Henderson Bay as they wheel for home now. And Feed the Meter shows the way from Leather Lane, tackling Viking Dancer locked away. Mr. Murphy still there. Natural Blitz is coming into it now, followed by Clonmel and Bellows Senor. A National Treasure trying to weave into the clear. The little horse from Melbourne, the 3-year-old Natural Blitz, hits the front now. Mr. Murphy trying to match him. National Treasure's getting out though. Natural Blitz joined and headed by National Treasure, and National Treasure's racing away. National Treasure from Natural Blitz, and third had a good run County Tyrone, followed by Bow, Bellows Senor. Mr. Murphy dropped out of it. Then Henderson Bay, Viking Dancer, Feed the Meter, Leather Lane. Then spurred on, followed in by Clonmel, and Aries whipped them in. National Treasure's got the prize here. Number 12, the winner, National Treasure, by Zabeel from Timeless Moment. Needed luck, got it at the right time, and quickly overhauled the little horse from Melbourne, Natural Blitz. The youngest runner in the race, not a hell of a lot of him, and he did a good job. After just getting shuffled back a little down the side, but she was just too strong over the concluding stages. National Treasure, the official numbers read 12 National Treasure G-Boss first, 5 Natural Blitz, Nashra Willis second, 3 County Tyrone. That'll please you, Maxie Lees. All the best to you, Maxie. Our thoughts are with you, as are all those people in the racing game, after Max had a minor heart problem on Wednesday morning. And the County Tyrone's rattled home for third, and the official fourth goes to number 8, and that is Bow. So 12, 5, 3 and 8, and the tote dividends. And number 12, 280 and 160. Number 5, 160. Number 3, 430. Quinella, 620. Exacta, 1340. The trifecta, 175.90. The first 4, 12, 5, 3 and 8, $1,850.10.
Okay, the next race kicks off the Superfecta this afternoon. The Gay Waterhouse Yard collects the third race ahead of the Derby-bound Natural Blitz, and a former Derby winner, County Tyrone, running an encouraging third. Bow in 4th position. Mr. Murphy up to the 1900, hailed the winner, but run down over the last 150 metres or so. That's Rose Hill. Morphettville's our next port of call. Third race on the card, first 4 in New South Wales. Quaddies in race 4 onwards today, race 4, 5, 6 and 7. The Unitap first 4 races are races 5 and 6. There is a value bet.
Previous on Converge. He's won here, but he's on a couple of occasions, Gallic, seemingly switched off coming down the hill, and he takes a long while to wind up. But this longer distance just might well be in his favour here today. Here's Sober Comment going in for Roger Booth. That completes the line. Good late move in the last few seconds has come for Grey Song, but Gallic clearly number 1 pick. They're set. Racing now, and Gallic jumped well. Command the Wind a little slow. Grey Song gets back. Seaview Symphony pinged out well. Free Goal ridden for pace early, and Mr. Selby's going forward on his outside, and Heist is also on the improve. Good pace. Seaview Symphony, Free Goal. Mr. Selby made a line of 3. Right behind them, Gallic on the inside is 4th, and then a neck to Heist in 5th placing. 2 lengths further back then as they make the turn out of the straight was Badger's Wood on the inside, and they're followed by Command the Wind. 2 lengths behind these horses, Sober Comment on the rail, and then Grey Song a length and a half away on the outside of Black Type Magic. Gussie Godiva's got back. She's second last with Mr. Prudent on her outside. Into the back, Seaview Symphony the leader. Free Gold 3/4 away at the 1400. 2 lengths away, Mr. Selby. Gallic on the rails, and then 2 lengths to Heist, 1 to Badger's Wood. 1 1/4 further back then Command the Wind, followed by Sober Comment, 1 to Grey Song. Black Type Magic, Mr. Prudent, and last of all is Gussie Godiva. They're down the back heading to the 1100 metres. Seaview Symphony setting a solid tempo. Free Gold is second. Mr. Selby 2 lengths back third. Gallic on the rails. Another 2 to Heist, Badger's Wood. Another 2 lengths then Command the Wind. In on the fence Sober Comment. 1 1/2 then to Grey Song. They're followed by Black Type Magic, Mr. Prudent, and Gussie Godiva. Solid tempo. The back markers should be still in the race. At the 800, Seaview Symphony from Free Gold. 2 lengths away then Mr. Selby. Gallic's had an easy run on the inside. A length and a half to Heist, 2 to Badger's Wood. Another 2 then to Sober Comment, feeling the strain on the inside. On his outside then is Command the Wind. A length and a half to Grey Song, starting to make some ground from Black Type Magic as they cornered. Mr. Prudent is still well back, and Gussie Godiva hasn't tacked onto him. Into the straight, Seaview Symphony from Free Gold. Mr. Selby runs on. Gallic is going for a run between horses down on the inside. Wider out Heist. Badger's Wood. Deeper is Grey Song. Command the Wind's going for a run between horses at the 200. Gallic got up on the fence and hit the lead. Here's Grey Song, Badger's Wood, and Command the Wind after him. Grey Song's finishing the best on the outside. He's taken the lead and pulled away. Grey Song beat Badger's Wood by almost a length. Command the Wind third. Gallic a neck away fourth. Mr. Prudent next. Trailed then by Heist, Mr. Selby, Free Gold, Seaview Symphony, Black Type Magic. Second last is Sober Comment, and something obviously amiss with Gussie Godiva. She's finished absolutely distanced in the race and wasn't put into the event from the time they came downhill. She was being eased out of it at that point, and that's certainly not her form. Grey Song backed late in the betting. 770 and 250 at his third run back in, was always travelling beautifully in a fast run race and finished right over the top of them to win. Badger's Wood second, he'll pay $2.40. Command the Wind third will return $3. Had a bit of an interrupted run through the straight switching course to get through, but Grey Song came sweeping down the outside with his 57.5 kilos and was too good. 2, 3 and 8. Fourth in officially, number 10 Gallic, had every chance getting the rails run, and fifth was number 11 Heist. 2, 3 and 8 Grey Song, who's never won on a dry track before today. His 3 victories have all been on heavy ground, but he's won on a good track. This is his 14th outing. He'd had 1 placing only before, but he was quite well supported very late in the betting. Many of his races, of course, have been in much better company than this. He resumed in the car line behind No Deposit, and then they changed his gear at his last start, took the blinkers off, put those sheepskin winkers on the bridle there. You can see he came from last. That was in the Blamey. He was only beaten 2.7 lengths, so this was certainly an easier race for him. But he's won on a dry track for the first time. That was the key to him. If you weren't too keen, it was easy to put the pin through him thinking he's just a wet tracker, but in this company he has been too good.
Okay, Greg, Sky Ratings coming up with a Quinella there as we look towards. He's got some good ones chasing him today as we head back trackside for the Phar Lap.
And this is the 1500 metres Prologue Phar Lap Stakes, and last year the Phar Lap Stakes was taken out by Arlington Road, beat Uka Chaka and Gordo, and a very short price favourite this year is Thorn Park, $1.60. There's only been one other in the market, and that is 11 Bumptious, who missed out on a run in the Coolmore, and Bumptious at $5.90. In the ring, and number 2 Thorn Park is around about the same as the Tote, and a Bumptious Tote quote $5.90, just a little better there than what she's been in the ring, but she's been very solid, Bumptious, from the time bookies opened for business on the 4th of the day. As they move in, Thorn Park settles. Magnificent Individual by Spinning World. He looks very well. And of course, he was so dominant in the Hobartville, wasn't he? Previous race, 12, the favourite National Treasure, Glen Boss, beat the little horse from Melbourne, Natural Blitz, by a length and a quarter. Number 5 second, 3 Third County Tyrone, 8 Bow fourth, second to 3 Exceed and Excel, and 2 Polar Success on the first of the day. So 3 down, 5 to go. $1.60 Thorn Park as they load in at the 1500 metres. This has been a good race over the years, the Far Lap. Maitland Gold won it in 2001 last year, as those relays just joining us, Arlington Road. Lord Essex, he won it in 2000. Mr. Innocent, 1999. Northern Drake in 1998. Going back through the years, horses like Brave Warrior and the Old Periscope, Northern Reward, Luskin Star, Blockbuster, one of Johnny Tapp's favourite horses, Blockbuster. Just about ready to go at the Prolock Far Lap Stakes, a Group 2 1500 metres. And we'll soon see action. There's a bus pulling up in the nearby street to have a look at the start. Crown Lodge with 3 runners. Gates are back and there they go. And Bell Place first out. Sportsman jumped nicely. So too did Charlie Bub. Not far away as they settle down. Smash and improving ground quickly as Bumptious, followed by Takass. And then a half Hennessy. Thorn Park nearer to the inside from Bullaborg Easy Galante. Platinum Scissors and a length and a half to Hierogram. At the end of almost 400, Bell Place leads the way. Sportsman is running second. Charlie Bub third. Smash to the rails. Half Hennessy caught out wide, followed by Bumptious and then Takass. On the outside of Thorn Park past the 1000, then Bullaborg Easy Galante on the inside of Platinum Scissors and 2 lengths to Hierogram. They work their way onto the side of the track, linking up with the 800 in the Far Lap, and the leader is Bell Place. It's Bell Place in control, nearly 2 lengths Sportsman. Charlie Bub is running third. Then comes Smash and Bumptious, followed by Half Hennessy. Thorn Park is wedged away from Takass and wider out Bullaborg Easy. About 2 lengths further away is Galante, then Platinum Scissors and 1.5 to Hierogram. Around the home corner they travel and Bell Place the leader. More than a length on Sportsman. Bumptious followed by Charlie Bub and Thorn Park, and Boss is switching back a horse off the rails to try and get into the clear. In the meantime, Sportsman dashes to the front. It's Sportsman at the 200, a length and a half. Bumptious and Thorn Park coming between them. The big chestnut is throwing out the tackle to Sportsman with Bumptious. Thorn Park hits the front. Bumptious can't match him and Thorn Park will win it. Thorn Park from either Sportsman or Bumptious, whose run ended in the last 50, followed by Galante and then Half Hennessy, Smash, Platinum Scissors, Hierogram, Charlie Bub, Takass, Bell Place and Bullaborg Easy was last. Number 2 Thorn Park, approximate only, $1.60. Only approximate. Please note the totes at the moment, just a little bit of a problem in this state of New South Wales. Well, he has got the prize. I suppose Glenn Boss didn't exert a great deal of pressure to him in the last 100, but 75 metres. But Sportsman kicked on, and Bumptious looked as though she was going to make a real race of it with Thorn Park, but I reckon her run ended about 40-odd metres from home. 2 is the winner, and that is Thorn Park, ridden by Glenn Boss. Number 4 is second, Sportsman, ridden by Darryl McClellan. 11 is third, and that is Bumptious Chris Muntz. And number 1 ran officially fourth, and that was Platinum Scissors and the rider Jimmy Cassidy. I tell you, a horse I saw getting to the line pretty well there. Nice type by Carnegie called Galante. Trained by Bart Cummings, only 3 runs back from a spell. Well, he's got staying written all over him. I don't know whether he's up to a race like the Derby, but with the master putting the polish on him, gee, I tell you what, his run was quite good, Galante. 2, 4, 10 and 1 totes in abeyance at the moment. The winner by Spinning World from Joy had a lovely run. He had a bit of trouble getting into the open, but when he did, he didn't sort of zing as much as I thought he would. But anyway, he will now go into the Doncaster handicap with an undeniable chance, no doubt. Race.
Okay, Glenn Boss is right. He switches back to the inside. Yellow sleeves, yellow cap. Son of Spinning World. Gets up to beat Sportsman, which again runs a very good race. And there's those 2 in 4th and 5th running enormous races. Glenn's happy. On board, the emerging star. And 4th come through now for Rose Hill. Trifecta wheel weight. Doomben trifecta's $216.30 New South Wales. Again, apologies, and phone tab and net tab out of our control are experiencing some problems. Runners parading Sandown, 13 minutes away, the next on the card. And this is the Lobster Cave Plate. Ratings with no deposit and for the good times ahead of Flavour. 1 and 15 equal ahead of 10 and then number 4. Latest check of betting looks this way. Wide open adolescence at long odds today for Brendan Fennick. We check over the page to the other chances, and they look this way. Flavours at $4.40. Won't know himself with 54.5. If Reese claims a kilo and a half, 53 on his back. Alf joins us as we look at them parade. We have a scales report at Doomben. First 4, 8, 1, 2 and 3. Alf will whip.
Flung its way back, and there's a barrier attendant there with some legs flailing as well. Now, through it all, I don't think a human's been hurt in this, which is remarkable because that was unbelievable. Thrashing this colt, he won't run, there's no way. Oh, he's settled down now, he's become distressed in there. Now, this will come out, I've got no doubt. But we'll wait for the phone. Shane Tronarat, he'll be okay. I just wonder if we can see the jockey. Shane Tronarat, he scampered clear thanks to the barrier attendants which were able to lift him out of the way. He was cast himself, Shane. Those gates were shut and his legs were caught between them, his ankles, but they were able to lift him up, and the horse at that stage was down on its hind haunches, and here we are, we're getting it official now. 2:21, thank you Graham. 2:21, Oakwood's out, late scratching. Vet's advice, Oakwood a late scratching. This is the Walter Brown Stakes. They're set for a start. Heavily back to Modor. They're off now. Beginning nicely on Focus. It's looking for the lead. Showing good speed, Siddiqui. And Gold on Gold. Blinkers first time. Got away well. It's making the line of 3 from Modor. Isle of Gibraltar over on the rails was next. And in that group, Kingston Sea and Lucrative Dame. Back to second last, Wild West and La Boisselle, the inner. At the 700 on Focus. Leads about a nose to Siddiqui. Third, Gold on Gold. A length away, Lucrative Dame. Modor trying to come around those. It'll be about 5 wide for home from Isle of Gibraltar, La Boisselle, then Kingston Sea and Wild West. They're tightly bunched in the Walter Brown. On the turn at the 400, and it's on Focus, about a head in front of Siddiqui. Gold on Gold, 3 out. Then Isle of Gibraltar, Lucrative Dame's going well. It's needing a run. It's getting out now. Tried to move Modor. Modor put it back in the pocket at the 200. On Focus, kicked away. Dash 2 in front of Isle of Gibraltar. Then Gold on Gold, and down the outside, Modor. Lucrative Dame's out now, but it might be too late. On Focus, Isle of Gibraltar. Here's Modor mowing them down. Still in front, On Focus from Modor. On Focus won the Walter Brown. On Focus about a neck on the line, maybe less. Maybe Isle of Gibraltar just second to nose Modor. And Lucrative Dame close up unlucky. La Boisselle ran well, so too Gold on Gold, a nice effort. Then Kingston Sea, well back to Siddiqui, which showed good speed. And Wild West with it not beaten far in 104.61.
Winning rider is Joe Bowditch, who extracts the best out of On Focus. On Focus out of a mare called Candid Camera from the Curtis Yard. Craig Curtis at Morfettville, coming off that placing behind Outback Lad last time out. So the Curtis Yard registers success. Now, the 10 may have got second, Isle of Gibraltar. Tony McAvoy trained ahead of the 1 Modor from the Leon McDonald Yard, and fourth could be Lucrative Dame's Way. We'll wait all that to be confirmed. So vigorous riding from Simon Price. Didn't get Isle of Gibraltar home, but it looks to have run it has got second, so 5-10 1 is confirmed. There's the dividends for you. And what was a tight go? Well, Excitement Plus with a late scratching of number 7 Oakwood. Well, from the youngsters in the Walter Brown to some experienced campaigners, Alf Matthews for the late mail.
Thanks, Brendan. Look, this is a very, very tough race. Late mail clearly is for number 1, No Deposit. Really has come in for good support. Have to put him on top. Continues to look very well. For the good times, number 15, as I speak, has had support on course. A little bit of value the tote. Look, barrier draw. Oh, that's, I suppose, the only problem here. I've gone 115. I've included number 4, El Nino. Good support for it, very strong. As I speak, just shifts out half a point. Getting 60 cents in your favour on the tote. And look, I've included number 5, Gunner Matter. That was my original top selections, only because I was looking for a little bit of value. Look, he looks fantastic. He's freshened up quite nicely. His form's okay, and his form's all right at the 1,400 metres. I thought he'd get a nice run from his inside draw here, but this is a very open race. Don't let me put you off, whatever you happen to like. But I've marked them 1 ahead of 15, 4 and 5. As I said earlier, No Deposit has been very solidly supported on course. Maguire hasn't moved. just into the double figure odds. Fantastic, just a bit easy. Very solid El Nino. Gunnamatta just out of touch, a touch unders on the tote. Home Wrecker, yeah, he looked okay. Little bit of value, not much, just a touch. Adolescence just getting out of touch as I speak, as you would. A little bit unders than the tote at the moment, but hasn't moved from its opening quote, so it's obviously around about the mark. And then we go down to Marbine, who has gradually gone out in betting, and as I said, For the Good Times has been very solid. One that did take my eye, and its form's not all that bad, and that's number 17, Smoking Barrel. Again, hasn't drawn well, but he looked very good. Difficult one ahead of 15, 4 and 5.
Alfie, there's a host of them first up in this race, isn't there, as you've alluded to. There's the first page of betting. Gunnamatta has been a tad easy. Flavour out to $5.30. Marbine into $9.20. If you missed the news a little while ago, Foreign Floozy, a late scratching from the Group 1 Coolmore Classic, Smoking Barrel into $22. Longer odds Unitap. Bit of money for Flavour on course. Now, Rose Hill, it's 2, 4, 11 and in a great run. Platinum Scissors into 4th after lobbing near the tail of the field. $758.20, the first 4 details. We have a value bet at Sandown. Now at Morfettville on Focus, beat Isle of Gibraltar and Mo Dore. Just awaiting the first 4 details to be confirmed. Should be lucrative, Dame. 4th race on the card at Doomben. The name is Feed Your Horse Optigrass Handicap. Here's the Sky ratings for you. It goes with Kind Spirits, 7 clear of Paper Kings, and then Strictly Smart and Nutgrass, 2, 4, 1 and 5, equal third picks. Key ones, well, the fancied one is Strictly Smart ahead of Kind Spirits, Paper Kings, $8 odd Nutgrass and Maybach. Several over the page. Are they in the market? They're all double figure odds. Bay of Plenty at $11. We're on the countdown to the first of our Group 1s this Saturday. Northerly goes around as the raging favourite. Is the Don the one to upstage the Western Australian Warrior? Here's Damien Oliver.
Well, Don Eduardo back to Sydney, Damo. We haven't seen him since the Derby up here.
Yeah, he's got some good form up here last year in the Derby and the Rosehill Guineas, so hopefully he can recapture some of that and, you know, give Northerly a bit of curry, we hope.
His last couple of runs show that he's getting sort of near the mark.
Yeah, it was much improved. Actually, his last 2 runs have been good in Melbourne, even though 2 starts ago he only ran midfield. It's the first time for a while he's really hit the line, and you know, his run was pretty good in the Australian Cup the other day too.
Mate, the Coolmore Classic, Galapagos girl, she's coming up here with good form. What can you tell us about her?
It's my first ride on her, although I chased her home the other day on Special Grange and she showed a lot of fight in the finish. She's in great form down there and, you know, a bit of an awkward gait, but I expect her to run pretty well.
You've got a very good ride on Into the Night. You haven't been on him before, but you've seen a bit of him.
Yeah, he was a very good run in the Newmarket first up, and you think that run would have brought him on nicely. He too's drawn quite awkwardly. If I can get over and get some sort of run on him, expect him to be in the finish as well.
Mate, anything coming towards the slipper? You got any thoughts?
No, I haven't at the moment. Just sitting on the fence, and hopefully something will come up. But yeah, there's seems to be dominated by the Sydney horses at the moment. And the Melbourne horses, hard for them to back up after the Blue Diamond. So we'll just sit on the fence and hope something comes our way, mate.
Well, good luck today, mate. And I hope you're brushing up in your Japanese because you're going away soon after Easter, is it?
That's right. Yeah, over there for 2 or 3 months, and really looking forward to it.
Oh, mate, great to see you. Good luck, and I know you'll do Australia proud anyway.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks, Dan.
Good on you.
Okay, Harry with Damien Oliver there as they move into line Sandown. This is the 5th race, second leg of the quaddie.
El Nino with the green cap lines in. Very open race. Actually, the best tried late in the piece is For the Good Times. The filly, she's going to run favourite. No Deposit, well tried also. They've both been well supported, the 15 and the 1. There's Flavour going up. He's just 3rd favourite on track, and El Nino is 4th favourite. Smoking Barrel moved in, so just a couple to get set. Home Wrecker about to come in, and For the Good Times, who's unbeaten on dry ground and has a couple of victories from 2 outings at Sandown as well. Michelle Payne on board. Gussie Godiva, looking at the replay, nearly fell at the start. She was very lucky to stay on her feet. That really did explain her poor performance. She didn't stretch out at all, according to Michelle. Now they're ready. This is the 5th. Very open race for the Good Times. One of the better tried has the outside barrier. Away they go, and she was one of the first out for the Good Times. No Deposit began very fast, looking for the lead early. El Nino was out quickly, showing some pace. Gunnamatta, Home Wrecker, Marbine and Smoking Barrel. As they settle into stride though, and for the Good Times, worked across from the outside barrier to find the lead. No Deposit on the fence second. El Nino a length and a half away third. The grey Marbine is fourth on the inside of Smoking Barrel, racing wide, and then a length to Gunnamatta. A length and a half further back in the field then is Maguire, who's moving up wide on the course around Home Wrecker. Mr Donizetti's on the fence, another 2 lengths to Flavour as they run towards the turn at the 800 metre mark. Next is over on the inside behind these As You Would, and they're followed by Pentastic, and then Blue Murder with Adolescence last of all. For the Good Times, the leader coming down towards the turn. Smoking Barrel is second, a length away at the 600. No Deposit on the rail. El Nino's close enough. He's within 3 of the leader on the outside, followed by Marbine as they cornered, and then Gunnamatta, Home Wrecker. Maguire was next, and then Flavour, 8 or 9 from the leader. For the Good Times, passes the 400 in front of Smoking Barrel. El Nino called on. No Deposits under the whip just behind them. Wider out, Home Wrecker's coming with a run, and then came Gunnamatta and Marbine, but for the Good Times in front, 100 to go. Home Wrecker up to second, and then Marbine. Home Wrecker after for the Good Times. For the Good Times fights strongly and just wins it from Home Wrecker. Marbine third, then Gunnamatta, El Nino. Maguire, Pentastic and Adolescence out wide made ground. Flavour battled away, and then No Deposit. Followed then by As You Would, Smoking Barrel knocking up. Mr Donizetti's well back, and Blue Murder would be last to go over the line. Good fighting performance then, because Home Wrecker really threw out the challenge to this filly, and she had to dig in and really find something, and she's, I think, just lasted. The judges called for a photo finish between 15 for the Good Times and 6 Home Wrecker, but the filly's got in. Number 15, Semaphore first. She'll pay $5.90, $2.40. Home Wrecker second, $4.20. And third will go to Marbine, will pay $2.60. So she maintains an unbeaten record on dry ground, and she's had 3 runs here at Sandown under its previous likeness at Sandown, and now winning on the Lakeside track here. 15, 6 and 14 are the numbers. Yeah, good effort. She had to work from the outside barrier to find the lead, and she just kept on running in the straight. Good strong performance from this filly, who obviously needs the dry ground. She can get through the dead all right, but she's at her absolute best when she's got really firm ground underneath her hooves, and she turned in an excellent performance. 15, 6 and 14. So Michelle Payne running into last place after a bad beginning in the previous. Everything went right in that race. 15, 6, 14 on race number 5. The Sandown Country Cup next at 3:40.
And Northerly's arriving in the mounting yard Rosehill. We have correct weight at Morfettville, so there is it's all happening, as they say in the classics. But Michelle Payne holds on to collect the cash at Sandown. Heading out of Doomben, that's our next port of call, with New Zealand hot on its tail. A Group 2 race coming through from New Zealand. It's Strictly Smart, which holds betting ahead of Kind Spirits on page 1, then Paper Kings. Page 2 betting looks this way. $12 now for Bay of Plenty. Double figure odds, though, for the entire page 2 contenders. Morfettville correct weight we have on 5, 10, 1 and 6. And 5, 10, 1, 6. First for New South Wales, $573.70. That's the first leg of the quaddie. Now, New Zealand, the 8th race is the International Trophy, a Group 2 race. There's some very familiar names here. We'll give you exact New Zealand odds as soon as we take you through them. Ratings going with Sir Kinloch from Critic, Ego Fast and Hustler. Let's check those out. First 4 at Sandown, $2,998. In New Zealand, $8 the 1, $10 the 3, $8 the 4. We go down to number 8 at $3.60. Across the page, number 10's a $6 chance. Millennium in New Zealand, $6, $13 the 11, and the rest are $30 plus, 13 down. And that's all of them. Runners parading for the Group 1 Ranvet Stakes. There's Northerly, and here's the Sky ratings. Rates ahead of Carnegie Express, Dread